welcome to another beautiful Monday evening here at Unlocked Radio, sponsored by MSD Radio Network, and brought to you by Chip. Why? Because I'm awesome. I'm your host, Chip. My co-host, lovely chrome shiny Rio, and we're honored by a special guest again, repeat visitor.
He's surprisingly he hasn't been back for like people like Dixon and stuff being back quite a few times. I think like 2 or 3 of our guests have returned for a second thing, and he was one of the only people that had his own episode that didn't actually hasn't come back yet. So
exactly,
everybody welcome Bobby Cruz, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's good to be back, guys. Thanks for having me.
Definitely not a problem. Today, let's see, what is it? I never remember the dates.
10th.
February 10th, right? Yeah, February 10th here in 2014. And
4 more
week,
days till everyone gets VD.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. You got Valentine's Day coming up. You can do all those little GameStop deals that they had.
Yeah, they got. There's a bunch of GameStop deals. Sorry, I was looking at my emails on the way here, and
hey, it's gaming related. You can, if you got a gamer girlfriend, you can do that. You can take her out for that, or for you ladies, if you know what your dude's easy to satisfy, get him a fucking game. There should be everything all throughout the emails for that.
They even had Valentine's Day cards on the site. You just got to log in and take a look at all of them.
Oh, they were cute. They were the cutest.
They were so adorable. By the way, I noticed on the camera my shirt looks pixelated, and that's pretty epic.
It does kind of look pretty good there.
We can call you 8-Bit Chip from now on.
Yeah.
Mine's actually pixelated, and his doesn't supposed to be pixelated, but it looks like it.
Yeah, I mean...
But you can actually much easier tell what his is.
Yeah. I mean, 8-Bit Chip is better than my nickname in high school, Nip Slip Chip. There was a football accident. My shirt got ripped off.
Chip the rip.
Long story.
Rip indeed.
Nip, slip, chip, dip. Oh, dear.
Oh,
that's the chip dip with alcohol in it.
Whoops.
Nip, slip, chip dip. But no, so Valentine's Day is coming up. So that for all of you gamers out there, if anyone's actually, I just have to mention that you should probably get off whatever video game you have if you have a girlfriend and actually take them out. Maybe.
Or
that's our advice. That's our advice for the week.
Or you get a second controller and you let them play with you. And you guys can have sex while you play video games.
There you do. The old classic oral Mario, where you perform oral on the other while they're alive. When they die, you switch.
That's one way to go about it.
It's even better with Tetris. Try concentrating and doing shit right in Tetris. If your other significant other's any good at it.
Yeah.
The only other advice, though, if you actually do decide to get out of your freaking house and take them out, do you go out on the 14th? No, you do not. Take your girlfriend out on the 15th. It's all...
It's Saturday, so you can spend more time with them.
Yeah, you don't have to wait in stupid-ass lines and everything just for the sake of doing it, and then you can actually spend more time playing video games.
And candy and roses are on clearance for 75% off.
Yeah, so that day-late celebration, guys, saves you money, saves you time, saves you headache, and saves you game time.
Yeah,
there we go.
We'll do.
The only thing it doesn't save is your game file.
Yeah, so that's what's
so make
happening.
Sure you do that before you leave.
What is that? That's Friday and Saturday. Wow.
Yeah.
It's upcoming weekend. So we'll be coming back after Valentine's Day. But last week, we talked about our favorite boss battles. And the best, the worst, our favorites, our least favorites, the ones that annoyed us, all sorts of stuff like that. We're keeping with a little bit theme like that. Whether we're going to talk about some of main characters specifically, not just boss battles themselves, not just villains, but the heroes and their sidekicks that go along with them. Whether hardy plumber, battleworm grunts, cutesy farmyard animal. There's all sorts of different colorful stars of video games. They've become emblems of their respective eras. Mario, Sonic. They're pretty much like the De Niros and Bogarts of the gaming world. They're closer to the hearts of diehard gamers than any Hollywood icon could be. You have some Valentine's Day coming up, all the girls reading their Cosmopolitan, like their favorite little actors and stuff in there. We have that for gaming icons. So we're probably going to be dealing with, there's going to be a lot of, this episode is going to have a lot of soul searching, a lot of arguing back and forth, little quiet contemplation while one of us just sits here and is like, I got something good coming up. I got something good. As soon as someone shuts their mouth, I'm going to chime in with something here. So there's going to be a lot of that, but bear with us. So while we go through a lot of our favorite characters, are we just going to do just favorites or the best ones, the worst ones?
We can do a hybrid of all of it.
Yeah.
Gotta do some of that.
Yeah, I heard you mention scarecrows, and speaking of scarecrows, Birdie from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
See, of course, we had to throw that in there. See, oh my God, yeah, we're gonna do that. We might as well get Conker's Bad Fur Day out of the way.
I just did.
Oh, you don't have anything else to add? Just
no, I just wanted to talk about the shit-talking scarecrow.
Is that a hero?
Well, you wake up hungover, and you're like, where am I? He's like, here, have this glass of water and Alka-Seltzer, you fucking retard.
Yeah, so see, that's a bit of a standout one. Something that might be a little bit under the radar for you guys. Obviously, we're gonna mention all the old ones, the classic ones, Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man.
See, I was trying to avoid the main ones like that.
That's why you get them out of the way, and then you list them off, and then we can actually get into detail about the other ones that are better. With our rogues little gallery of gaming legends, let's start with. I want to actually hear something from Bobby, something specific, something that maybe we might not think of, or just your personal favorite, and like why.
Well, the thing is,
and fighting games are allowed, I suppose.
The thing about fighting games is that, like, well, for like some like the cookie cutter ones, like the Street Fighter ones, like who plays it for the story? I mean, I personally don't, because I'm a competitive gamer. But I mean, if you like pick up a Street Fighter just for the story, you go through arcade mode, you see a character's ending, and then that's about it. That's only about like 30 minutes of like gameplay.
Yeah, and then you can go through all the characters' endings to get the whole story or the whole contradictory multiverse of stories.
Yeah,
exactly.
One thing that seriously pissed me off with Mortal Kombat's when they had the contradictory endings.
Yeah, they have contradictory endings in a lot of fighting games, except for like.
But Mortal Kombat's one that's like close to home to me.
It's
like I read the comics. Come on, I read for Mortal Kombat. Like,
yeah.
So how
there's only been a few. Like Dead or Alive kind of tried to start doing that a little bit, where you get into like you pick a character, you're going through that character's part of the story. You're not necessarily changing the way that it ends, but it all culminates into one like final thing, I guess.
See, that I'm okay with.
Yeah, that's how it should be. Like, I should have to play through with all these different characters in order to get everything that's going on in the story, kind of like a TV show.
Well, that's why they did well when they did Deception and Armageddon, because you had one character that could shapeshift into these other people and learn their styles, learn their combat,
right?
And that way you got to use each one in their part of the story, but. Right. You were a single character the whole time.
Fighting game's not the best for story. Not our favorite way to tell stories, but favorite character.
Favorite character for me? Well, I mean, I would have to go with the classic Mario, and here's why. I mean, I grew up on the Super Nintendo.
He's a communist, according to you.
Excuse me?
Did you not watch the Game Theorist video on that? Come on.
Yeah.
He's a communist, and he's insane.
Well, I grew up on the Super Nintendo, and the thing is that Mario. If you've played the Mario games before, it's basically the same cookie cutter stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's the main character. You got to save the princess and whatever, and that's what I like. It's so simplistic that anybody who can pick up a Mario game can just like dive right into it, and like through the multiple side-scrolling adventures of stomping on Goombas and throwing turtle shells or whatever. I mean, it's engaging without letting any backstory into Mario. You don't need to know.
It doesn't have to get
Mario.
serious.
Yeah, it's like
he's a plumber.
He's a plumber, but where in games do you see him actually doing his job of plumbing?
Right? Because that would be a very boring game.
64. Super Mario World 64. I'm pretty sure he actually plumbed something.
You only see him plumbing really like in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Well, yeah, exactly. Other than that, you're seeing him dive down into the depths of the netherworld.
He plumbs with his entire body. He just dives straight down the pipe, cleans all the Goombas out of the sewer, and then there we go. Everything's good. And then
I guess if you put it that way, yeah.
The princess is in another castle. Like, God damn it.
All right, off to the next job.
He's got a lot of jobs. Besides, all these jobs you see him do, besides just plumbing. And he's a tennis player. He's a golfer.
Don't you dare mention my least favorite one.
The least favorite one?
Yeah, there was one career that Mario should have never had.
I think he's been pretty much everything except for a vampire at this point.
Don't tell me you're talking about Mario Paint.
Oh, no, I was talking about Dr. Mario, actually.
Oh, the doctor, okay. Right. He's just tossing little pills in there.
I went from cleaning out sewers and plumbing your toilet to throwing pills down your throat to make you be better.
Yeah,
filled with
sewage. That's why he's insane and a communist. He's just popping the pills. They won't know. They'll never know. Actually, I think that actually is the prequel. He started off as Dr. Mario. You dope up on all of the drugs that he gives you, and the rest of the series unfolds.
It's a Molly.
All right. So besides Mario, what else do we got? You mentioned your shit talking scarecrow.
So if you want to go ahead and take it off with a classic, then if you want to get them out of the way.
All right. Let's go into a classic. Oddly enough, I gotta pick Liu Kang. I mean, like the Mortal Kombat series again touched close to home. Yeah. And Liu Kang being the generic hero. I mean, technically he was nowhere near my favorite from that series.
Right.
Scorpion was, but he was neutral. Although he did save the world in the end, but that's way down the road, not in the originals. And then there was Kung Lao, Liu Kang's ancestor, who was actually a badass, just straight out. Like there was no stopping him. He was pretty elite, especially with his spin and hat throw. Couldn't touch him if he was spinning unless you hit him with an object.
Yeah.
And then he just throws his hat at you.
And Liu Kang is also it's interesting enough that he's actually one of the very few heroes in gaming that actually died.
Yeah, he was he's one of the few main characters that you actually ever see dead.
Of course, they literally see dead in Mortal Kombat Deception. He actually raises back from the grave.
They brought him back as a zombie.
Becomes a zombie. Plays those little chain things like Kratos from God of War. And
you got to bring him back somehow, but they didn't try to backtrack. At least they made it canon. They didn't try to backtrack.
Yeah,
and be like, oh well, he didn't actually die in Deadly Alliance. We changed our minds. Oh, he came back to life by this method or whatever, and tried to.
He was a zombie from then on.
That didn't matter anyway because Mortal Kombat 9. It's like I gotta, everything's falling apart. Raiden goes back and warns his past self about all these things that are gonna happen, and it's basically back to square one.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta move. I want to mention another as I'm thinking badass Asians that because Liu Kang he's a hero, but he still makes a bloody mess. There is it's Mortal Kombat. There is no shortage of blood in that game. Right, okay. So I have to bring up Ryo Hayabusa because I brought up Ninja Gaiden for favorite boss battles and stuff in last week. And Ryo Hayabusa, he's basically like a ballet dancer with a sword.
Or staff, or side.
This dude legitimately, he's a wonderful psychotic ninja who just has no shame whatsoever, walks around. He doesn't even, it's like, I learned the art of ninjutsu, but I'm not actually gonna try to sneak around. Oh, because I'm too badass for that.
So here's this axe.
Yeah. It's like he's running around slicing people to Kingdom Come. He's pretty much like slicing the crap out of monsters and ninjas and aliens and other what have you. Like pretty much like he's dicing onions, and he's doing it in midair with a scythe.
During our fighting careers, we all hit some point, whether it's in gaming or in actual combat, where we snap. Something pisses us off to the point where we just think, you know what? I'm indestructible.
Yeah.
And you just go straight through everyone, and no one stops you because you just snapped. Like, there's nothing holding you back. And everyone else is like, this dude's crazy, man. This dude's crazy.
Right, pretty
so they're all hesitant about it.
And he's got the super powerful dragon sword. And it helps that he's technically not quite entirely human, which, he's
technicalities.
But he just... He like I said, he's just like dancing around the freaking any level, just beautifully. Cutting someone's head off it's not anywhere near as beautiful anywhere else as in Ninja Gaiden, where you can just just all the dance he does. Oh, and he gets a little bit of Wolverine in there with the claws, the talons claws and stuff like that for Ninja Gaiden 2. He's got a big old scythe. He's got a giant Diablo hammer. And there's a lot of shit that he uses.
He's a very versatile ninja.
Right.
Happens.
I don't know. I just feel like, he's just like, oh, you, he's not even worried about saving the girl or anything else. He's much just like, oh, this guy's doing some crazy stuff. You broke into my village. You're all dead.
Yeah, you killed my family.
You're hiding in a mountainous in a volcanic mountain. Don't care. Oh, the underworld. You have to die to go here. Don't care. I'll break down the barrier with my sword. Go into the land of the dead. Kill you anyway. I'll kill you again.
I'll kill you so hard you die to death.
I will kill you dead.
All right, what else do we got?
Well, you
What
see,
other ones
I was gonna say, apart from all the bloody mess, and Ryu Hayabusa is a good choice, but I want to touch on Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Now that guy is the definition of stylish. Now it's basically what you just said about just going around and just slicing and dicing things, but he does it in such a manner and such a cool personality. Like, you know what, I could save the world and do all that stuff, but I don't care. Oh wait, I have like 8 million demons in front of me. Well, I guess I better use this sword. And then he pulls off all this crazy stuff. He uses it as a stripper pole in one game, and it's insane. You have all these weapons and that you would defeat from actual demons. Like it's kind of like sort of like a Mega Man thing, because it is a Capcom game.
Yeah.
So you defeat the boss there, and you're like, oh, I got nunchucks, or I have this awesome rocket launcher, and it's like he pulls it off in such a way that's like it's almost effortless. Even if he picked up a sword, or let's say like some gauntlets, and he never even used before, it's like he instantly gains the knowledge of actually using said weapons into pummeling a guy's skull.
Well, you saw the intro to the newest one, right?
Yeah.
He answers the door completely naked. Oh, look, there's a demon out here. He wants to fight me. Blows up the trailer. He launches himself through the trailer and gets dressed on his way out of, falling out.
Let me add in the fact that he's hungover at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, in the prologue, he just took 2 girls home, 2 beautiful women, had sex with them, had all the alcohol in the world. Somehow he lost his pairs of guns in a Ferris wheel, but
When you're fucked up.
Exactly.
Shit happens.
Yeah, he does it in such a cool manner. It's all like, dude, I wish I could be like that. Just wake up one day, some guy wants to fuck my shit up, then, I'll just get dressed, and then...
I mean, I just kind of want to be able to, put my pants on while I'm in the air. That'd just be cool.
Yeah.
Just once.
Like, there are very few people that can do that. Sailor Moon and the Sims. They're the only people that can just, in the middle of doing something, just, whew, I'm dressed.
Yeah, but the thing is, and the difference between Dante and the Sailor Scouts is that Dante doesn't need a 2-minute kind of load up time to get dressed and ready. And
well, he doesn't turn into a rainbow either. A rainbow silhouette. No.
That might make the game a little less interesting.
Yeah. No, because see that this thing Dante, I think, is another prequel. He is Tuxedo Mask.
In another life.
Once all the demons are gone, now he's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna keep things up and get these 5 bitches to
you know what? Hell, I'll go to Men's Warehouse.
That's Dante after he's like, well, it's time to settle down. I've had enough action for one lifetime.
Speaking of action, let's check out Sailor Uranus. What?
All right, another one. Chip.
Let's go.
Jet.
Jet?
Yeah, the dude from Fracture, man.
Okay.
Jet
all right.
Briggs.
Oh, God.
Fracture.
Jet Brody, yeah.
Yeah, Jet Brody.
The possible Jet. It wasn't Jet Briggs. It was was it Mark Briggs or Martin Briggs or something like that?
I don't remember.
Marcus Briggs or something like that. And then and George Lucas decided he didn't like that name.
He wanted to make him JB Dart.
Yeah, he wanted it to be JB. He's pretty. When he jumps on things, he's pretty fast. So you should call him BJ Dart. Like, no, that's ridiculous. We'll call him Jet Brody. That's your son's name. Just
The be all end all. Just deal with it.
Yeah, it's fast. Jet. Is that cool? That one's not bad. I was like, wait, are you talking about Jet? Or I was thinking Jet Set Radio Future for a second.
He's
I just thought about.
But dude's got this badass general. It's like telling him like, hey, you need to get down there and save some shit because I fucked up. My old partner and your old comrade, he turned bad, and we got to take care of this. But I'm kind of shitty, so you do it. By the way, here's how your gun works. Okay.
Like, all right, I guess I'll be a yes man today, sure.
Even the tutorial, you're like, you know what? I guess I can be badass since you just admitted you're a little bitch. All right, so how's this thing work again? Oh, okay. I just made a mountain. What about these grenades? All right, I just threw a spike through that airplane. All right, and this is the training exercise.
Looks like I can get used to this.
I could get pretty fun.
Then he starts getting to the point where he'll actually jump like really fast. You can throw grenades while you're in the air, and the plateaus will come up, and you can jump off the plateaus. So while you're falling, you can actually give yourself a stepping stone. Dude got really badass throughout the game, and I gotta say I love it. He can pick up any weapon, and he's very, very skilled. He doesn't have quick shots, so no.
No spray and pray.
Yeah, plasma rifle doesn't completely take down his shield.
It's kind of hard to spray and pray when you're cultivating the planet and you're just reforming. You're like, I'm gonna spray and pray. That's called an earthquake. Stop it.
And I just made the Grand Canyon again, guys. My bad.
Yeah, like Jed Brody tried to spray and pray once. Now look at the San Andreas fault line.
Yeah, but there's no quick scope. There's no spray and pray. You actually have to time your shots. One of the hardest things in that game, unlike any FPS I've ever played, was you have to use the terrain to build your own cover because you have shit that can fly and throw giant fireballs at you. So that kind of sucks. But the hardest part is keeping ammo. Do you realize how hard it is to keep ammo in an actual battle?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, there's a guy about half a mile off over there. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and empty my clip at him. Oh, look, there's a dead soldier over here. Let me just grab some more ammo. Nope. Doesn't work that way in real life. Doesn't work that way in Fracture. And that's on normal difficulty.
Like
you throw up to hard, and you're looking at like a 5-round clip. When you find a dead soldier, it doesn't matter if he fired a shot or not. That clip's got half ammo at best. You're like, all right, well, I got about 12 shots before this gun's, useless.
That's like the dude in I Am Alive. Like, no matter what, whenever you got somebody with the gun, all you got was one bullet. You started off with the gun with no bullets. You had to scare him into thinking you had something. Get a gun from someone else. You get one bullet. You're like, well, I have 6 people to take care of. I need to get that guy to back off. I need to kick him into the fire. I need to shoot him when he comes at me. Because he's got the gun, and those 2 will surrender, and I can stab that one, and then that one will run away. Gotcha. None of that.
Similar, but a lot less problem solving, more actual working.
Yeah.
It took some talent, it took some skill, it took some practice to beat that game. And honestly, I haven't finished it completely. So it got to a point where I was like, I can't find anyone with a gun that has ammo in it because there was literally one guy. You can't shoot him because he has a sniper. You've got, pistol and an assault rifle because that's pretty much all you can find throughout that entire level. You come up on him, and you got to get up this mountain barricade by meleeing people and saving your ammo. And as soon as you get to him, he takes the clip out and throws it out the window.
Yeah, well.
It's like, did you just what? There's no ammo in the gun now.
Make it easy.
And it's like, oh, by the way, take out this helicopter with a pistol. Oh, dude,
hey, Agent Smith did it in The Matrix.
Yeah, but that was The Matrix, where you can bend things to your will.
Well, he just shot the gas tank.
This is Fracture, where your best bet is to hope that the helicopter gets close to a mountain and then blow the mountain out.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That mountain could really use a ledge. Yeah,
well.
And that helicopter is now stuck there. All right, cool. I can walk over there and go get it now. I can melee the helicopter until it blows up.
I want to move on to go back to a classic one just because I wanted to bring up Donkey Kong because he started as a villain, ended up as a hero. There's a few and far between where that happens, and that was way back when people didn't even care about storyline and stuff like that. The first thing they gave hey, I'm just Mario jumping around and doing this. He stole the princess before Bowser did. He was the original villain. He's better than the iconic villain, the Bowser. And then he ended up being a hero anyway because he's like, I'm tired of this.
And he still got the girl.
Yeah, still got the girl. Made himself a nice banana collection. Had his little Diddy Kong sidekick. He had a girl himself. Let's see, rode around on a freaking rhinoceros.
Best part.
He's able to take a giant wooden crate that he's rolling down a rail track, and he's strong enough to just hop and have it jump up with him. I think he goes and fights a lot of enemies for some bananas.
Well, because here's my thing about Donkey Kong. When you saw him in the little Mario Brothers game, I just don't think he cared or he did not know what he was doing. When he's in Donkey Kong,
that was pre-evolutionary Donkey Kong.
Exactly.
When he developed his motor skills.
When he's in Donkey Kong Country, if you boot it up, he's just laying there. He's just on his own little island, just chilling out. All right,
he's got his own island.
He's got his own island with his face on it, nonetheless. So of course the dude doesn't care because the dude's pretty much had it made. So one day he's like, I might go have a banana. Checks his cave. The fuck happened to all my bananas?
And when you don't even think about why
he was stocking up for winter.
Yeah, but then he's gonna go through all this trouble. By the time he finally gets to you get to the end of the game, those bananas have got to have rotten already. You get some more bananas. You're in the middle of a jungle island, but you collect way more than 100 bananas along the way.
It's more than just a jungle island, sir. It's Donkey Kong Island. Those
Yeah.
could be special bananas for all we care, and that's why you cared about them so much.
Maybe
It's Donkey Kong.
I think it was just
man.
no. See, what I think is Donkey Kong did it for the principle of the matter. He didn't need it. He's just like, you know what? I'm not going to tolerate this kind of injustice because he's a hero.
Maybe
He's
he
like,
was having a party.
I did that to Mario once, and I thought to myself, why did I do that? I didn't need to do that. I don't need to kidnap this woman. She's not going to have sex with me anyway. I'm just doing this to mess with this guy, and all he is a plumber. Leave him alone. And now he's like, I mind my own business, and if you mess with me, I'm gonna destroy your entire army. I don't need the bananas, but
It's nice to
it's a
have.
principle.
I mean, when you go through more than water and an Arctic tundra and a machine factory and even the blazing edges of a volcano, I think it's pretty personal then.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he just felt like it was the right thing to do. That guy didn't deserve the bananas. If he caught the bananas himself, it'd be one thing, but he stole something from somebody else. Donkey Kong won't tolerate that.
Quick solution: midlife crisis.
Could be. All right. Bobby, let's bring up another one. What else do you got?
I want to take a break from all of this over the top and all this action, and I want to talk about the icon that signified the brand Tactical Espionage, and by that I mean Solid Snake.
Solid
From the Metal Gear Solid series, and this guy is a pretty much hero. Hideo Kojima from Konami once based Metal Gear of just American pop culture. He's wanted to make like the ultimate kind of badass secret agent. And it just immediately clicked. Everybody loved him, especially my first game was Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah,
so,
you're no longer running around and killing things. You got to do it stealth.
Yeah, I mean, the way that the game's designed, you can do it either way. But if you want to play it the true way, these guys, Genome Soldiers, whatever, Kasaka, they don't have to see you. So, you can use whatever on-site procuring items. You can use whatever tools they have at their disposal. That's the thing. You're using their weapons against them. Mm-hmm. Whether it's night vision goggles, a rocket launcher to take down a high D, or you're just your bare fists to fight your clone's brother on top of a big Metal Gear.
It added more of a puzzle problem solving aspect to the typical run and gun style.
Yeah.
So it definitely added a new flavor, a new effect to it, and that was definitely revolutionary for that age because. It was one of the first games where you could do that. So
exactly. Now, like think back to the games like where it was all just run and gun. I mean, like let's say like Contra.
Well, it was always all run and gun, or it was all puzzle. There was never anyone that had a combination.
Exactly, or just do neither. You're just sneaking through like air ducts and all this stuff, and like you're feeling so great because you're like, man, they can't see me, and I'm just gonna totally head straight for the goal. And while doing whatever I've been told, saving the girl or destroying the Metal Gear or whatever, but it's like I can use all these techniques. I can knock on walls and then lure them away from my current position.
He's a hero that can mess with his enemy.
Exactly.
Sneak right past the enemy. You could technically save the world without having to get into a single fight.
No, you can save the world and they don't have to see you. Like
they'll be like, what the? They just wake up. They're like, hold on a second. They're like, all right, I'm about to go take it. Hey guys, the world's saved. How'd that happen? Who did that? Who saved the world?
Who blew up my Metal Gear?
like one guy's just sitting at the urinal, and I always had fun just sneaking into the bathroom, just strapping C4 to his back and dip. He sees the middle, bam.
Rest in peace, that guy.
I always did that in GoldenEye. I'd throw proximity mines in the guy's back in the bathroom.
Yep.
Heartless bastard.
or I'd throw it in the bottom of the toilet because you can sit down over it no problem. But as soon as you go to stand up, that's when the light hits it. Proximity mine
Yeah,
blows.
you just like to throw it right in there because no one's you look at it, it's like, all right, nothing here. You can't see it. You just throw it nice and right behind it and bam. All right, we're running out of time a little bit here. When we come back from the break, we're going to go over, we've been talking about our heroes, our favorite heroes. We're going to talk about some of their partners here since, we are co-hosts after all, and we have our sidekick, Bobby Wesley Cruz, here with us. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite sidekicks and how they helped out those heroes that we've all been raging about for the last 20, 30 minutes here. You're listening to Unlocked Radio. We will be back in 10.
something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
I know. Oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more.
I can almost taste it.
Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
Yo, it's Woody. Now, I know a thing or two about women, and I want to help all the ladies out there take care of their men. Happy Endings Orgasmically Organic Massage Oil. Yeah, I said orgasmically organic, made right here in Cleveland. Now, no other product delivers this level of purity and performance. It's guaranteed to improve your overall experience and keeps that sensitive skin soft and smooth. Guys, don't be a tool. You're doing it anyway. Might as well do it right. Get your happy ending at happyendingsoil.com. That's happyendingsoil.com. Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment. And they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Oh, great. Not another farm bill request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one farm bill request at a time. MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out. Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network. User-friendly and ready to serve. morningshowcentral.com. Call the show toll-free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
This is President Barack Obama, and you're listening to MSC Radio Network.
Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies has its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. With hundreds of live weather products and layers and thousands of combinations, Weather Studio provides a professional graphics and storm monitoring solution without complex user knowledge and without the industry standard price tag of $1,000 plus broadcast systems. Weather Studio displays a plethora of critical atmospheric and geophysical data on an interactive GIS-enabled computer map. Get your free 14-day trial of Weather Studio at their website, weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. That's weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment, and they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768. User-friendly and ready to serve. morningshowcentral.com. The Project X Show.
Project X Show.
Driven by porn.
Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Right here on Morning Show Central Radio Network. Project X Show. Live on morningshowcentral.com.
I know, oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more.
I can almost taste it.
Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
Oh, great. Not another farm bill request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one farm bill request at a time. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. morningshowcentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to guitarcenter.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
And we are back here at Unlocked Radio. Time to unlock our favorite super sidekicks.
Super sidekicks. Yeah, we would talk about heroes. We brought up a lot of good ones. We brought up Rio Hayabusa, Donkey Kong, the simple Mario. You brought up the Scarecrow. Hubert.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of
Get on my level.
Before we get back into it, we want to mention MSC Radio Network again. Check out mscradionetwork.com to catch everything, all the different shows that are on the network. There's a lot of stuff they got to offer. Coming up next is High on Sports after us here at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, get high on those sports, guys. Get high
on those sports or something.
Oh, man, those are some good sports. But the Winter Olympics are
the Winter Olympics are currently going on.
Currently going on. That shows how up to date I am on my sports.
Yeah, all that stuff's happening in Russia, in Sochi or whatever that is.
In Prussia.
I don't know.
Soviet
But
Prussia.
we're talking about different games here.
USSR.
A couple things that we're talking about, not necessarily main characters now, but sidekicks, the people that were honorable mentions in the gaming universe, I guess. People that, the game, regardless of whether or not the main character, we couldn't do without them.
Why didn't I mention Star Killer as one of my favorite characters? God
Star
damn it.
Killer's really good. I've been playing Force Unleashed a lot recently, actually. He's really good. Darth Insanius, if you will. Or Darth Icky. The two options that we have. You guys watched a few episodes ago when we were breaking down how...
the fall of the Empire.
The fall of the Empire that is LucasArts, and how they, all the mistakes that they made. I want to bring up just a couple, like Vault Boy. I still feel like this works for not being a playable character at all. He doesn't speak. You don't see anything really from him, but he's one of the most iconic people in the Fallout universe. Pretty much based off of the Uncle Moneybags character in Monopoly. He pretty much covers everything. He's on every little icon, all the different things of the perks. He's holding up the guns. He's using all the different little videos that you have in the universe. I think he's pretty damn integral for all that, or for that universe, and it kind of makes it just the whole something I found out when he's actually doing the giving you the thumbs up while winking and like that. Evidently, that means what my girlfriend actually filled me in on this, and I didn't even know it. The point of that is back in the day, if you saw they were told you in school, if you saw a mushroom cloud, you were to hold your thumb up and wink and look at it through one eye. If you can see the thumb, if your thumb covers it entirely, you're safe. If your thumb does not cover the mushroom cloud entirely, you're in the radiation zone, and your skin's gonna fall off. So that's pretty interesting. That's things that they had.
Am I going to die today?
Yeah, it's like,
all right.
see mushroom cloud.
Let me see. Nope, got to back up about a couple more miles.
We talked before the break, and we talked before the show even started, in the middle of the break and everything else. One of our personal favorite sidekicks.
Rio and I have the same favorite sidekick of all time.
From Knights of the Old Republic, happened 4,000 years before the George Lucas, the classic trilogy. About 4,000 years before that, there's the time that Knights of the Old Republic takes place, and it's probably, arguably, one of the best storylines in the Star Wars universe.
Oh yeah.
Definitely for the games, and there's a particular.
They even made an MMO off of it.
Yeah, rest in peace.
So you have all these. Basically, your character, things are different in the world. That you have different interactions based on which different sidekicks and stuff you have in the game. So sidekicks were pretty damn important in that game.
Yeah, and you can choose from 8 of them.
Yeah, there's 8 different ones that you
had. You got to pick 2 at a time.
And they would have things that they would chime in on when you had conversations with people. They had their own dialogue, their own voice actors and everything. You could talk to them and get advice on certain things. You could have all sorts of different individual, just sometimes just for the fuck of it conversations. And the best one for that was your assassin android HK-47, which is I can't remember, H and K as a gun, and then AK-47. Just kind of put 2 of those together. But he's basically an android assassin sociopath. And he just hates anything organic, and he constantly will remind you of that by referring to every creature as a meatbag,
including you.
Including you, yeah. He's like, well, I am obligated to. You are my master, and I'm obligated to help you and not kill you, but you're still a meatbag.
Yep.
And he does a lot of those things. He kind of went like C-3PO style, where he was technically also supposed to be a protocol droid, and he had all the different dialects and everything.
And a lot of times he purposely translated things just to piss you off, or just to piss somebody else off, which he would then tell you about later on. Like, oh, yeah, by the way, what he actually said was this. But
I liked his little butler accent, too, to make it perfect for as like a protocol droid. He's
yeah.
like, oh, he's got this nice little butler accent. You used to hear him, like, he should be kind of cool, and he's like, die, human! Like, whoa. But he had the most entertaining conversations. You would constantly sit there, like, you go to a new planet, you start a new level or whatever, and you turn around and talk to him. She's like, I want to see what he has to say now.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Yeah,
and he did some damage.
Once you picked him up, if you upgraded his weapons and all that stuff, he was absolutely outrageous. He was
more powerful than you in some aspects at certain times.
And unfortunately, there were times when you couldn't take him with you. There were also times when if you did take him with you, you got in trouble because of it. He purposely got you into trouble, and there was parts of the game that you could only play and only do certain things if you had him with you.
The Sand People, getting into actually using him to find out the entire history of the Sand People was actually a really awesome aspect of that story or that game that I love the shit out of. That basically like Tatooine basically was pretty much Earth for their galaxy, and then turned into like everything went awry, and then it became this desert planet. So that's another. We brought up Pyramid Head before the show started.
Yeah,
another really good one. He's like an anti-hero. We're talking about main characters, and I was kind of compiling a list of things just in case we kind of lost track. Something I wanted to make sure we didn't forget. And they're like, yeah, Pyramid Head, that's not a hero. Like, well, he kind of is. He's kind of a guardian, and he'll run some shit.
Yeah. All he's doing is his job.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, how many times have you gotten yelled at for something? You're like, dude, I'm just doing my job. Like, look, I understand that you're pompous and you want your food the way you want it right now. But, like, look, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah.
Cops all the time get yelled at for doing their job.
You can't give me a ticket. You ran a red light.
Yeah, I'm doing my job.
But I couldn't stop. You hit an old lady. I was texting. You were texting while driving.
Let's see. We brought up... What other games did we bring up? I want to bring this up just because based on the Christmas gifts and everything. Sonic, Tails and Knuckles. Knuckles ended up being an awesome sidekick. Again, started off as a villain. Became an epic sidekick, and then when he realized he was getting screwed over by Robotnik.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I can punch shit. I can move fast too. I can jump around and do stuff too, and I can glide. Oh, and I can break walls with my fists.
Yeah, and then he became Sonic's sidekick. Eventually, he actually became his rival, and you had in Sonic and Knuckles, you had to choose which one you wanted to take through certain levels. Mm-hmm. Which one you wanted to play as to do the exact same thing.
I used to love doing that. Like you had the Sonic and Knuckles, and you put the Sonic game on top of it. It's just sitting up there. And then if you decided to use the Game Genie with it, you have Game Genie, then Sonic and Knuckles, then Sonic 2.
Little Tower of Power
there. Yeah, the Tower of Power and the Sega there. Especially if you put it onto the 32X first. Inject the 32X into the Sega, then the Game Genie, then Sonic and Knuckles, then Sonic 2. And if your foot taps the desk, that shit's freezing and you're starting over. I don't know.
Not entirely
Bobby,
sure how well that
got?
was thought through.
Well, let's fast forward one generation because I really wanted to bring this up because I have the belief that a sidekick really can bring out the most in a main character.
Yes.
So for this, I want to bring up Gears of War, Dom.
Okay. Absolutely. I thought about bringing up Marcus Phoenix before the break for a main character, but I'm like, not necessarily that iconic, but sorry, as far as like something original that no one else has done. But yeah, Dom is a pretty good.
Exactly, and it makes up for more of the co-op experience. Like when I started playing Gears of War, I was always the second character, so I always picked Dom, and I was actually really interested in what what his experience was in that whole, E-Day, after E-Day. Then Marcus Phoenix, we just break him out of jail and then we just wreck stuff. Okay, well Dom has an actual mission. He has to go, like he needs to find his wife, especially in the first game, and so seeing someone with that sort of determination, I think that makes for He honestly should have been main character status.
Then despite what happened in the second one when he finally found his wife.
And that's the thing. The raw emotion that comes out of that sidekick character, you want to make, you want to think that maybe this is all about him.
Right.
This was his story.
And now Marcus Phoenix is like, all right, that's my best friend. That's my sidekick. That's my confidant. He's my partner. I'm going to, all right, I got this, Dom. We're going to destroy all of them together.
And then Gears of War 3 happened.
Yeah, well.
But the thing, again, it brought out the very best in the main character Marcus Phoenix. You see this all raw emotion about his best friend, since way back when, just completely destroyed right in front of him, and he could do nothing about it. That just sets the tone for a really powerful setting and a really powerful bond.
Let's not forget that Dom owes Marcus Phoenix $20. For some sort of sport ball bet thing that I can't remember, the little tidbits when you guys are running through stuff and they're kind of going back and forth about it. That's another good thing to have as a sidekick. That's that commentary while you're playing the game that add add a little bit of humor into that world, a little bit of be like, oh, there is like a backstory that you can. I feel like, oh, I'm playing with one of my friends here as they're playing a co-op game. Now I feel like those two characters that we're playing with are also friends. It definitely helps in that regard.
Yeah, and I usually hated having people around, so HK was great.
Yeah, because he hated him too. He'll do the job I want him to, whether he likes it or not.
Pretty much.
Whether I like him or not. That's always good. Chip, well, come on, sidekicks. What do we got?
Sidekick. Skip me for right now. I had one. I forgot it already.
Okay. Let's see. How about Leonardo da Vinci? Most people don't think about that. I knew you guys would be like, what? Yeah. Ezio Auditore di Firenze had one of the best sidekicks of all time. He had Leonardo da Vinci that you got to portray in a game, like in his infinite genius, and having all these contraptions to work with and all sorts of different things, and getting to see the dynamic between the two of them and how, like, hey, I'm a main character in this game and I'm going through like what their version of the past is, and it turns out that, oh, hey, the guy that I'm an assassin, I'm kicking everyone's ass, and my best friend is somebody that everyone knows now through his artwork and through his innovations. That's kind of sweet. Yeah. I never once thought when I was growing up that I would play a video game where I would be having a conversation in said game with Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Navi was the one I was thinking of.
Navi?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Navi, yeah. Despite that, hey, listen, hello, watch out. She still gave you everything you needed, and she a nice little glowing target for you to so that you were able to aim easier.
Oh yeah.
Link wasn't necessarily the best archer in the world, but he can see this glowing little fairy, and he was like, all right, I kind of want to hit her.
Come on, dude.
Oh, I accidentally hit the villain. Damn. Oh, no. I got him.
Yeah, I mean, everything pans out, I suppose. Bastards.
But if it weren't for Navi just kind of being annoying and waking him up in the first place in Ocarina of Time,
Why did you wake me up?
He never would have saved the world. He would have missed his chance.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. One of the most iconic and one of the most influential sidekicks. Also one of the most annoying. Second only to Tails.
Right, yeah, Tails is always really aggravating. Like, dude, keep up, ass.
Yeah, he'd just disappear, and then like the screen to like follow him. It's like, where did you just go?
You can fly because you have 3 tails, and you can hold me and carry me over ledges. While you run and glide, you also have those as propellers to propel yourself forward, and you can't keep up.
You see, though, that really did not work out from when you went through like a water level, like Sonic 2, the Chemical Plant Zone. You're speeding through like the water. Sonic, I mean, that's completely unaffected by him. But then you just see 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Tails is gonna drown again. And again, Act 2. This is the 3rd time. Might as well take a shot for this.
All right.
Yeah, just try to finish the level, and Tails will catch up eventually.
I want to say another really good sidekick is Zelda herself in Legend of Zelda as Sheik.
As Sheik.
Sheik was a really good sidekick. He pretty much gave you everything you needed. You're like, hey, I really wonder. Until Smash Brothers, you were always wondering how much of a badass Sheik could actually be.
Yeah, and how come Sheik didn't save the fucking world? I'm just saying, Princess gets kidnapped, turns into a dude. To give you things, and you're like, okay, so I'm trying to save the princess and save the world, right? And Princess turns out she wasn't even captured. She was helping me out the whole time.
Yeah.
Just being a badass.
But if she revealed herself, then Ganon would have started running shit before you were quite capable of beating him. So that kind of works out. She helped you out with it. She wasn't just
Why didn't she stop him, though?
She wasn't a typical damsel in distress, so that helps. That makes her a pretty good sidekick. You're like, oh, hey, thank you for not making me do all the legwork, miss.
Yeah. Although you technically did do all the legwork.
Not as good of a sidekick as Epona.
Epona was the shit.
Yeah, I would have had to run around. I would have had to do so much more running if it weren't for Epona.
Game would have been twice as long without that horse.
Yeah.
Actually, at one point in the Ocarina of Time, you actually had to save the horse because once you rode with her, won the race. The dude who ran the ranch was all like, you know what, gates are closed. I'm sorry, but you can't leave.
The dude look kind of like
you mean the gates that are
Waluigi? He almost looked like.
Yeah. Or you mean the gates that you closed to lock me in that are the same height as the fences I've been jumping while racing? Those fences that gate that you closed. You're an idiot.
We brought up DuckTales outside during the break because we were doing the Guess the 90s thingy on my girlfriend's iPhone. I want to bring up Launchpad. DuckTales was a video game, and Launchpad was probably the ultimate sidekick. He was there to save you all the time. He took you from point A to point B. He was there to get Scrooge out of a jam if he got caught up in too much stuff. And he also waited on the moon to take you back to Earth in a helicopter if Scrooge felt like it. What else do you want in a sidekick? Sorry, that's all the time we have for tonight. I want to thank you guys for watching Unlocked Radio. I want to thank Bobby Cruz for joining us once again on the show.
Glad to be here.
Talking about other stuff, even outside the wheelhouse of fighting games, but we all had a good time. And I want to thank Chip for keeping it to him, for bringing up what was Conker's Bad Fur Day. Even in the beginning, you still managed to shoehorn it in. We can always count on Chip. We're watching High on Sports next here on Morning Show Central Radio Network. Have a good night, ladies.
At least I'm reliable.